Oh, champ. Listen, man. We got some breaking news. I ain't gonna lie. Make sure you're running up these likes, smashing the like button, sharing the video. Gang, listen, man. Things is getting crazy. Insane. Wow. So it looks like Adam 22 is trying to line up Wack 100. He's saying things that may alert the feds that Wack may have involvement in extortion with a bunch of celebrities, from Kanye West to Oscar de la Hoya to Nipsey Hussle's family, to a lot of other people, even the late rich Homie Quan on top of it. You dig? Make sure you're running up these likes, smashing the like button, sharing the video. All right, we gonna start soon, but I wanna let the room fill up because this is gonna be crazy. I don't think anybody was really peeping what's been going on lately. Hit the like, share the video, gang. All right, get these likes up. Smash that like, gang. Let's get these likes up. It's getting crazy, gang. Run up these likes. Matter of fact, let me run the footage. Let's not waste no time, man. Look at this.
The suggestion is that maybe this is because of the stress that the big U RICO is putting on you, since you might feel like, since you were so wrapped up in so much of his dealings, that maybe you're next on the Fed's platter.
What do you mean dealings?
You know, like I'm watching Rich Homie Quan, and he's talking about how when rest in peace, that when he had to come to LA and check in, that it was like you and Big U sort of two men in the situation.
We was having a conversation
about checking in.
No, I was already up there having a conversation. Again, he pulled up. See, y'all got it. This was crazy.
What's crazy is Adam trying to act like you was extorting people with Big U. That's crazy. That's wild. What's crazy is Adam 22 trying to play a Wack 100 type of move on Wack 100. That's crazy. That's wild. Do we need to run that back? There's more, but we need to run that back. You gotta run it back though, gang. Cause this is my first time even hearing about this Rich Homie Quan thing. Look,
Quan, and he's talking about how when rest in peace, that when he had to come to LA and check in, that it was like you and Big U sort of two men in the situation.
We was having a conversation
about checking in.
No, I was already up there having a conversation. Again, he pulled up. See, y'all got it. This was crazy. When it come to me, you motherfuckers seem to catch amnesia when somebody.
So yeah, he getting defensive. Now this doesn't mean that Big U and Wack extorted anybody. But truth be told, Wack has seemingly done some type of extortion with a lot of different people. All right? Jay Ray asked, didn't Wack 100 extort Drake when he shot that video? No, he did not. The Pyrus extorted him. The Pyrus out there in Compton extorted. He got extorted twice. He got extorted by the Cedar Block Pyrus, and then the other Pyrus from the other hood extorted Drake right after the Cedar Block Pyrus extorted Drake. Ain't have nothing to do with Wack 100. And that's facts. Bring up these likes, man. Smash the like, share the video. We gonna keep it going. No, salute to the chat, man. Get these likes up, share the video. Let's get it.
Somebody's telling the story. He said he landed at LAX. Whoever picked him up, whoever he was with, told him we need to go to Crenshaw High. He said, oh, okay, that's the blue side. All right, so I don't know Rich Homie Quan. I don't know. I just know him from, I really knew his mama.
You were at the football game talking business with Big U.
No, we were in the parking lot having a conversation. He pulled up
to check in.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, that ain't my neighborhood.
Right.
So he ain't pulling up for me. You're like, it wasn't like we were scheduled to meet Rich Homie Quan that day.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So he pulled up, and I seen him, and I never forget it. I'm gonna tell you why I remember it. Because at the time, I used to confuse him and Young Thug.
Okay.
Right?
Typical Unk mistake of that era.
So when he pulled up, they all got out the car, everybody dapped each other up. You know, I'm kind of like letting them do their thing, because whatever he come to do, I don't know what he came to do. And he didn't lie. He wanted him to go out there, I guess, with the kids, you know, on the football field. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Sure.
the kids in the ghetto, they don't see a lot of that shit. And that was all that was. But I don't him saying that
Another thing is we gotta stop saying that checking in means extortion. That's not what it means. Checking in is, you can check in anywhere. When Big U did his check-in show in New York, Big U had to check in with Mano. Mano did not extort Big U. Big U and Mano have some type of relationship where he checks in with Mano. Usually people checking into LA are checking in with people that they honestly know. Now, you've seen a Drink Champs podcast episode with Schoolboy Q where he says people come to LA trying to check in with niggas that they do not know. And that's how you get robbed, because now you're just checking in with random gang members who don't, like, you don't know them. And then you're giving them money on top of it, which is stupid because you don't really know the laws of the land, but you assuming that, oh, well, if I give them some money, I'll be good or something. No. Checking in, you usually checking in with somebody that you have a rapport with, that you actually know out in the West. It's not no type of extortion whatsoever. But people did pay Big U to do security for them just because. Somebody might have paid Big U 50 grand to do some type of security for them when they went out in LA, but they know Big U. But off the strength of him helping them out, they ended up giving him $50,000. That's what the check-in really is. You can't make up your own definition for checking in when it don't mean what people think it mean. Getting extorted is getting extorted. That's two different things. Checking in is checking in. Getting extorted is getting extorted. I just want to make that very clear. But let's proceed.
I think he added to the conversation saying you flew in here and you staying here and staying there because those elements don't fit what he was there to do. That's kind of like, you kind of like issuing a threat. You know what I'm saying? When you telling somebody you staying here and your driver this person and this, just that, it's kind of like, you kind of like issuing like a silent like threat. But I think he added that to it. And that's the conversation we need to have today. That a lot of these podcasts and when people get caught up in conversation, some of it be tainted with some real shit, and then a lot of it be tainted with some bullshit.
You're saying people.
So Wack is telling on himself right here. You said that some of it is some real stuff and some of them is tainted it with BS. But Wack, that's exactly what you do. You're trying to talk about other podcasters, but Wack, you are literally describing yourself. You're describing all of the times where you was taking some real stuff and flipping it around into some BS, which is also part of the reason why this RICO is happening at the same time, because your flips of things that happened that were true and changing the narrative on those true events is a part of that indictment that Big U got. Part of the complaint, the federal complaint for the RICO as a collective. A lot of your words is in there, in the complaint. A lot of what you made happen is in the complaint. So you would only be describing yourself here, if we're being honest, right? Smash a like, share the video, gang. Let's keep it going.
People make up stories, inflate stories to make them crazier.
You land, right?
Yeah.
Whoever he's with already done had conversations with Big U. Bro, we come in, we're going to pull up on you, right? So me knowing him, he like, what time y'all get in? Hey, bro, we coming that way. What time y'all get in? Cool, pull up on me. I'll be at practice with the kids.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing it play out. That'd be cool for the kids. Nephew could come over here and, you know, come out there for the kids, right? This had to been 2015-ish era.
Yeah.
Something like that. So if he actually came in, right, and went straight to Crenshaw High, jump out, Big U like, oh shit, y'all really here. What's up, nephew, whatever. I bagged up, what's up, homie, what's up? Now he knew who I was. At that time, I remember I confused him with Young Thug. I ain't gonna lie to you. Right? So he said, yeah, man, you cool with going out here, you know, with the kids. You know, they out there, you know, they gonna go crazy. They fans. He like, yeah, shit, cool. So he went out there and walked with the kids and they did their shit. So why in that situation would a person go having a conversation about motherfucker know who you stand at, who your driver is?
I think it's at least in part because
it don't even make sense.
Much like Big U, you've kind of gone into detail about a variety of situations that a lot of people are conflating with extortion at this point.
What do you mean by that? What you mean?
It's been supposed, and we don't have to get into the details of every single one of these situations, but it's been, you basically said in the past that Oscar de la Hoya was paying to not have his nude photos or zesty photos released.
Stop right there.
It's been said that that you were talking to Nipsey's family.
Oh boy, he telling on Wack. Oh, I remember the Oscar de la Hoya thing. The Nipsey Hussle family thing where he lied about Nipsey having a mook tape. He was trying to get paid off that. That's extortion too. I ain't gonna lie. Why is Adam purposefully seeming like he's trying to air out Wack and point the feds in a different direction? That's what it looks like to me. You mentioning these things people ain't heard of in quite a while. I mean, the last time I heard about the De La Hoya situation and the Nipsey situation was 3 years ago, but you done did some digging. Is the Fed trying to tell on another Fed? Is he trying to out-rat a rat? Is the question. Run up these likes.
Family about the gay tapes of him not coming out. I don't know if there's money involved in that. It's been suggested that maybe Kim Kardashian at one point or Kanye, that they were doing stuff for you so that you didn't release more sex tapes of her.
Okay. Now, let's start with the first one.
And when
shit. Well, some of us know about the Kim Kardashian situation. He was saying that Ray J had another tape. He kept saying Ray J had another tape in order to get a beat from Kanye to go on the Game's last album that he made. That's also extortion. Just saying. But he's a Federal Riley. Is he really? If he's not a Federal Riley, he would definitely be getting locked up sometime soon. I'd assume. However, it seems like Adam is trying to point out all these instances where it seems like Wack 100 was extorting people. Crazy enough, all chat.
And when academics kind of tried to bring up some of this stuff on the podcast, you got very irate and you were really kind of screaming at it.
Because y'all dumb.
See, right there.
You're a dummy too. I gotta call you a dummy.
Okay, but
because I'm gonna show you.
But starting with the name calling makes you look more guilty.
No, I'm gonna show you why. Oscar de la Hoya.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the conversation, I clearly state this is what the attorneys worked out.
Mm-hmm.
See, the minute the attorneys are involved, right? This is not extortion. This is a business deal. Oscar then talked about it openly on Club Shay Shay, right? So the minute you get attorneys involved, see, if you have something, right? That's yours. It's yours. And you got the consent to have it.
Okay.
And you like, hey, bro, check this out. This is really pertaining to you. Hey, attorney such and such, contact his attorney. Tell him if he wants to take possession of this shit, right? To where I don't use it, let me know, right? He calls his attorney. They negotiate what they negotiate. They draw up their paperwork, right? He never one time talks to Oscar de la Hoya, right? There's never conversation between the two. The minute you get attorneys involved in these type of situations, that's not an extortion, right? So we're going to Kanye next, right?
Sure.
This started on Bootleg Cab, did it not?
I don't remember.
Bootleg Cab said, what's up with these extra tapes I've been hearing about? I said, yeah, it's a couple extra tapes. He like, what you gonna do with them? I said, we would never do anything with them but give them to Kanye. That's what was said, right?
Okay.
You can pull it up, right? So guess who calls me?
The Kardashians.
Kanye.
Or Kanye, okay.
Wack, what up, bro? Man, I seen boom, boom, boom. Yeah, is that real? Yeah. Well, how could I? You said, okay, cool. I'm gonna put you with little bro. Y'all, you know. Yeah, tell him, send him to the airport. Bro, grabbed a drive, went to the airport, gave it to him.
Okay.
What do you see? Where's the extortion?
Maybe some of that stuff is.
So Wack trying to flip the story. You trying to flip the story. You trying to ease the extortion. Like, hey man, this wasn't extortion. This was something else. You got the wrong idea, champ. Yeah. So yeah, it looked like we extorted them, but we didn't. All right. We gave the material. We gave the damaging evidence to so and so, and we kept pushing. Where do you see extortion at? Listen, it seems like Adam 22 is trying to have the feds look at Wack for some weird reason. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. All champ. Share the video, smash the likes. Let's keep it going.
Is above board, but I think that a lot of people are assuming that if you were doing all this type of stuff, then maybe you were also hitting up the food vendors outside of Crenshaw High like Big U.
No, stop right there. What type of stuff have I done? Everything I just laid out to you was either it was a business deal or it was a man keeping his word and just saying, here.
Mm-hmm. But you realize most people don't monetize their life in such a way. I'm not saying that there's anything inherently illegal about it, but most people don't obtain sex tapes and then profit off of not releasing them, lawyers or otherwise.
No, the profit came after the initial release. That shit been out since like 03.
Which, the sex tape?
04, yeah.
Well, the original one, yeah. But you supposedly had more.
Yeah, but again, and then Kanye went on a show and delivered the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Has anything ever come out?
Not yet, but Kim K's an op now, right?
She ain't my op. She ain't ever did nothing.
Well, she's Kanye's op, and you're Kanye's homie, right?
Well, that has nothing. That's his ex-wife. That's the mother of his kids. But if you look at the bootleg Kev show, when he asked me,
he seems very upset with her.
No, when you asked me about it, he said, "Bro, what y'all can make?" I said, "We would never do that, bro." Like, and at this time, I wasn't even, I knew Ye. We talked time to time.
Ashes, he said he's been to Big U's mom's house. That's pretty close friends. Well, there's something I cannot say, but let's just say it ain't that they was close friends, but sometimes you got relatives. Let me just say that. Sometimes you got relatives that's close to home. That's all I can say about that. That's all I can honestly say. Sometimes you got relatives that's close to home. You take whatever you heard. Look, take that whatever you think you know. But let's continue.
Right, it wasn't that's my partner at this time. Mm-hmm. Right, I said we just sitting over in the safe. Like we ain't got no. He got kids by it. Like on some real shit, we just give it to him. You wouldn't, absolutely not. Well, he asked me that on the show. Okay. So Ye called my phone. That nigga called me. Right? Hey, boom, boom, boom. I said, yeah. He said, I seen it. That's real? I said, yeah. I said, how could I get it? I said, I just had a little bro bring it to you because I don't want to have that discussion with him because that's his, you know what I'm saying? That was his.
You capping, nigga. That's not what you said. That's not what you said on Clubhouse, nigga. We all remember that situation. Yeah, I'm just saying that's not what you said before, bro. Hey, man. Let's just say the Game would have never got that beat on his album if he ain't openly, tried to extort for the beat. Let me just say that this happened in the open. Now, of course, Adam's calling him out for it, but we already see this happen. Like, you was trying to get the beat from Kanye for the Game by any means, right? So you went that route. You said there was another tape. How else did the Game get that beat for free? How did the Game get a free beat then? I don't know. I don't understand. Smash on the like, share the video. Let's keep it going.
That was right.
So there was never a time where Big U said to you, hey, this weed shop, they owe me 20 grand. Can you go grab it?
I never did that type of business with him. I'm gonna be real. I've never ever seen him personally. I've never seen him take nothing from nobody.
Okay.
I got a lot of people that's close friends of mine that I may see once every 6-7 months.
Right.
I don't run with nobody every day. No human being do I run with every day.
You were doing your own business with him?
I had my trucking business going on, my music business going on, my real estate business going on. Y'all got to remember, we was trying to bring him into the fold to help him find a lane for him.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's all that was. We was positioning the table, different Crips, Bloods, the Power Rules from different sections, right, that we feel could be a voice, a prominent voice on the West Coast who wanted to be part of the music industry. Those of us that had certain plugs and connections, right?
So you were trying to bring him more above board.
That was our only movement, right? And everybody will tell you, the dudes from Long Beach, if you pull up Bridging the Gap, that's Wack bringing K Slay out here because we had lost all our radio out there. Me and K Slay built the bomb, but I didn't keep it to myself. I brought him out here, took him to all the different neighborhoods, allowed the rappers to exchange numbers with Slay, and then they built with Slay. They did mixtapes and did shit, and boom, so vice versa. So when Slay needed things for Papoose at the time out here, it was just a phone call and we made it happen. So we was trying to rebuild the bridge that should get burned down. Because at this point in time, it was like they was over there, we was over here. It really wasn't nobody conversating.
Okay.
So we came up with this Bridging the Gap thing. And that's how that started. But all the business, the real estate business, I did what we helped him with his home. The Nipsey Hussle business, Gang spoke on that on Vlad. What else did we help him do? When he started to build the Crenshaw Coast organization, me getting my artists to post the signups. Scooty, about this time, Scooty Bikes was hot. So us having Ray J show up on the flyer, Ray J's coming to give away a free Scooty Bike to the whatever. Everything we did with him was business. And I'm gonna be real. Anybody that know Big U, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Part of his problem I had with him about...
Look at all this backpedaling, nigga. You was not talking this nonsense the last 3 to 4 years now, was you? All was just business, champ. What are you talking about? Oh, it was what? You ain't never spoke this way before. Now you speaking this way? Something going on, gang. All champ. Does Adam 22 have you under pressure, sir? Oh man. Oh champ. Now you want to talk good about Big U. That's interesting. That's crazy. Let's continue.
About the music business, is he like, I would tell him, yo, such and such sign the artist. He like, bro, I only want to sign people from my area.
Right.
Big U's a dude that's big on his area. And I'm gonna be real with saying that. I think Big U only would do this type of shit with people from his area. If you look at the indictment, everybody is from his area.
Right.
I don't think Big U trusts to go outside his bubble to do any type of criminal acts.
Because that's why extortion has become so much less popular over the years, is because people are more willing to go to the cops. The cops take it extremely seriously. So the real primary candidates to extort are people who are doing illegal business, like a sort of black market weed shop makes sense, a strip club, who knows what kind of stuff they got going on. You can extort a drug dealer because they can't really go to the cops in the same way. You know, like people always kind of assume that like...
Yeah,
it seems like he's trying to get at something. What are you trying to get at, Adam? Because right now it looks like you're trying to expose Wack in a way where you're saying, hey, you also participated in some type of federal crimes. Now, I remember way back when it looked like Blueface and Wack was running some type of boar house. Replace the W, replace the B with a W, boar house. Christian Rock was in his house. They had bunk beds in the crib. Other shorties would be in it. If you get where I'm going. It was a boar house, champ. It was a nasty boar house. They called the cops on Christian Rock because she was in the house. Apparently all the girls in there might have been selling buns. Allegedly, right? We'll see, alleged. But allegedly, I'm just saying, cheeks might have been getting sold, champ. All right. So Adam makes mention of some type of house. All right, just saying. Listen, we all see these things. These things was online. It looked like Adam is trying to say, hey, feds, look, Wack is doing some things too. Now, this doesn't mean that something is gonna happen to Wack, by the way. This doesn't mean, hey, Wack is gonna get called into the feds. Wack is an informant, bro. An informant can get away with a lot. He's pretty much a cop, bro. All right? He's pretty much a community college cop, basically, right? Like, he's not an official fed, but he's the community college version of a fed. Like, he didn't, graduate from the highest fed university ever, but he's still kind of a fed. Like, he's a traffic cop version of a fed. You get what I'm saying? He's a traffic cop version of a fed. Put it like that, right? Almost a fed, but not quite. Run up these like, smash it like, share the video. Oh, champ, look.
Like,
yeah, that ain't my,
no
that,
jumper
that
has been extorted, but nobody's going to come to us and try to extort us.
Somebody asked me that last night.
Because what am I going to do? I'm going to call the cops.
Somebody asked me that.
Quickly, your whole operation is going to fall apart.
First of all, let's be real. Unlike a marijuana shop, there's no money on hand here.
That too, yeah.
Your money comes from
cash helps.
Yeah, dog. That like, so there's not like, so when it comes to that, like, when I was reading it or Prince was reading it, you know what I mean? It was kind of like, see, because I know the time frame and I know what I'm hearing. It was kind of like when I bagged up from him, right?
Rush deliveries cost extra.
We got ads, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. We don't pay for premium over here.
How is cybersecurity attack?
Yeah, we got ads. All right. Yeah, we got ads. That's right, champ. Ads. Oh, champ.
To his old roots. Because I'm going to be real. A lot of the people was against me bringing him to the table.
Because they thought he was shady? Or
they were scared of him. They thought he was shady. They like, yo, Wack, fuck dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my people was against it. And that's why you never hear his name tied to nobody else's name like it was mine. Because they dealt with him when they had to.
Right.
I was a dude that went and got to know his family.
Trying to be a real friend.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I go to his crib,
build a
he
real
come to my crib.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to know his family.
You know exactly why you got to know his family. The man's not going to say why, though. Wack knows exactly. Nigga, you was going to see his family regardless. Let's just be realistic about the situation. And you know exactly why that is. You're not going to say it. You're not going to say it, though. Beth Lewis says, remember Adam wanted to fire him and he threatened him online. I think he told the feds, let me see if I can get him to talk about all the things he had been talking about. He don't want him there. I kind of do remember that. I'm not going to lie to you. I do kind of remember that. I can't front. But this, we seeing Wack 100 talk about Big U in a positive light. Sounds like he might be a little bit shook. All right, listen. Somebody said that his hat says P for Popo. Well, if we look at his shirt, it looks like it says Popo all around his shirt. Now, I seen this in the comments on this very video. Somebody made it very much clear that there's a lot of POs on that shirt. So, listen, that's a police protected shirt right there, champ. All right, whatever designer shirt this is under federal protection. All right. Under federal protection. Let me get you, I see a baby mud collector in the chat, and I want you to know that you're going to the gym, champ, right? I see a very much baby mud collector in the chat. Let me tell you something, champ. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? Yeah, that's right. No baby mud collectors in my chat, champ. Not in Gotham, champ. We'll see you tomorrow. Matter of fact, I think you get an extra day because I believe I put you on timeout earlier. And you had the audacity to show up again, see? Follow Gotham's laws, champ. All right, we're gonna put you back in the shadow dungeon where you belong. All right? I want you to get that baby mud off your lips before you enter, though, by the way. All right? Baby mud collecting is strictly prohibited. No more, champ, all right? No more. Put up these likes, champ.
Family. And, whatever I could do, I would show up certain funerals and things, you know what I'm saying? People I had met like Sandman and people I'd been to a couple funerals. I've been to his mom's house. You know what I'm saying? I met his pops. So it was kind of like we kind of had a brotherhood going on. But once again, at this time, 8 out of 10 conversations when I got a call from him was him calling me because somebody was on his phone pertaining to business. So what he did turn into, what we did help him turn into, was a magnet. He was a magnet name. If you could get to him, you can get it done. Everybody couldn't get to me. I didn't talk. If I wasn't dealing with you, I didn't talk to you. But if you could get to Big U with an idea you got that something Wack could help with, Big U will call, hey, little bro, what up? Man, I got such on the phone. They trying to do this, that, and other. At that point, Big U job was done because he didn't know. He would never really take the time to understand how to do it. His whole perception is, if I got the people around me to know how to do it, and I bring the people that want it, then I'm part of it anyway. You get what I'm saying? And he knew with me, because I was generally trying to help him, I would never request anything from it. I would just get on the phone, what is it? And then whoever it needed, I make the calls and put it together, and then he'll run with it. It's a lot of things he did minus me, like his thing with the ball players. Now that was what he built for self.
What are you, just him
like
football
like
or
the
whatever?
relationships with like Draymond Green, Draymond Green,
okay.
shit like that. Now Shaq, that was us. That was actually Stutterbox. That was a Stutterbox and the Wack thing, right? I remember one time, I believe it was in Houston. He had just come home.
He's trying to separate himself from this as much as possible. We got Lively Cuts who says, have you ever seen Wack explaining this much after a major indictment? Seems like he's saving face. Yeah. I mean, your energy changed insanely. It went from you completely stomping out, Big U while he was locked up. You completely trying to shame Big U, make fun of the fact that the man is locked up, to now you trying to act like, hey, I don't got, too much bad to say about Big U. All I know about Big U is this. Like, you ain't really talking too crazy about Big U right now. You ain't saying what you was saying. So something going on. Something's happening. It gotta be. You dig? Run up these likes, smash the like button, share the video. We gonna keep it going. All chat.
And he was standing outside All-Star Weekend or whatever. And nobody would let him in. Nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Right.
But Box at the time was moving real strong with Shaq. Box seen him and pulled him in. That was Shaq's first interaction with him, because Box was Shaq's right-hand man.
Do you think Shaq left LA because of the gang politics, aka Big U with him?
No. Shaq was already gone. Time
Okay.
Big U come on, Shaq was already on fucking Star Island.
Okay.
Yeah, he was already on Star Island. He was already back in Florida. He had the big crib in Orlando, and Shaq ain't never been ran out of nut, man. Like, everybody loves Shaq. Like, Shaq is just, that's family with everybody.
But that part of the indictment where they're basically talking about how a bunch of NBA players got scammed by another player,
Can't stop.
and then he makes them like hand over
Shaq was
$100,000
one of
each
the
to
first
him and
people-
shit.
Because I was doing a lot of business with Shaq at the time. He was one of the first people to send over the 40-foot trailer, like with the toys and stuff, to give away for like Christmas.
Okay.
So you got to understand, like, when a guy like Shaq looks up, Shaq brought snow to Watts. You know that?
Yeah, the snow machine or something.
He brought the snow to the projects. He went over there and they was like, we want to see the snow. So he somehow had them go up there to the mountains, get a bunch of snow and bring it in and just put snow all through the projects.
You could pay people to just pull up with like a machine that makes snow.
No, he had them go up to like Big Bear or
Like
something
the real snow.
and get the snow. So
Shit.
whenever you come to a lot of these guys and they see like, okay, you're doing something for the kids, and you can visually see he's giving his stuff away to the kids, right? They don't mind being a part of that. The dude that spray ground backpacks, that's my guy. He gave you one, I believe, 5 years ago.
A backpack?
You was hanging with Big U late night somewhere. He gave you a backpack, a white one.
A white back.
You had a red hat. He said you're the only white boy
You saw that?
with a red hat. Right?
That was at the T.I. and Young Thug video shoot, which now.
So, here's what I'm gonna say. Now, Shaquille O'Neal, I believe his bodyguard got unalived. Who was the confidential informant when that bodyguard got unalived? CS2 back. Oh yeah. CS2 back was the confidential informant in that particular case, right? There's only one CS2 back. There ain't two CS2 backs. I'm just saying. There's only one CS2 back, gang. Just saying. You, sir, were confidential informant. You know a lot about Shaq, don't you, champ? Of course you do. You would know. You and Gomez was working on the case. You dig? Oh, Chad. Base Maryland says Big U did Nipsey, and that's false information. Once again, false information, not true. Listen, man. The information is very much false. I've explained it multiple times. Nipsey getting unalive ain't have nothing to do with Big U. It's a whole different beef. Literally. Listen, Nipsey passing away isn't hard to understand. It's really not. I'll be honest.
Which now, in retrospect, I'm thinking, what kind of arrangement was struck that would allow these guys to shoot this video?
We put him
here?
with T.I.
That was in Hollywood too. So
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
what I'm saying is, like, even that's a plug that come through us. He's
Right.
a Muslim brother. If you go back, I did an exclusive spray ground run with red spray ground back with Game. We did the giveaway at all the shoe palaces.
I'm
right?
surprised that Big U didn't make me pay to wear that red hat.
Nah, he was just bullshit. He don't care about no gang banging like
You know where that was though? That was at that one studio where everybody makes jokes.
He don't care about no gangbanging. Like, so why you lied on him? Basically, what you're saying is you lied on Big U. And Big U himself said recently that he not really on no gangbanging stuff. Now you saying Big U don't care about gangbanging, but you were the same person that said that he unalive a 23-year-old boy. Do we need to run that back? Oh, Chan. This is nasty, but this is what we've been trying to tell you. He created these narratives, and now he backtracking. I will run that back. Make sure you run up these likes, smash the like button, share the video, because I tried to tell y'all this before, now it's coming from the horse's mouth. Make sure you share the video too, man. Look.
We did the giveaway at all the shoe palaces.
I'm
right?
surprised that Big U didn't make me pay to wear that red hat.
Nah, he was just bullshit. He don't care about no gang banging like
You know where that was?
You heard him say it. He don't care about no gang banging like that. So why are you saying that he participated in gang stuff? Like unaliving a 23-year-old. Why did you say that to be fact? Why did y'all paint these narratives on Big U if Big U ain't really focused on no gang banging? Which we all know he's not really focused on gang banging. At least for those of us who know. And heard him say it out of his own mouth. Oh, Chad. Sometimes you just gotta hear it from the horse's mouth, gang. They'll tell you exactly what they saying. Literally. It ain't even hard to understand. They stay telling you. Literally. Verbatim. I'm gonna run it back one more time, gang. One more time.
We did the giveaway at all the shoe palaces.
I'm
right?
surprised that Big U didn't make me pay to wear that red hat.
Nah, he was just bullshit. He don't care about no gang banging like
You know where that was though? That was at that one studio where everybody makes jokes about it because it was used in one of the Batman movies. It's got all like the panels
the
with
panels.
the lights
That's on the east
ceiling.
side.
Yeah.
On the east side. Yeah, I know exactly. I filmed over there before. So you got to remember, like, I don't read what I'm reading. I've never seen him operate in that capacity.
Okay.
But that just goes back to the stories you hear. But who is he? Oh, he did boom, 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 boom. So it just looked to me like he went into survival mode and start. I know the dude, the dispensary owner.
Oh, okay.
I've done business with him.
Okay.
Like he would call. I think the last thing I did, I booked Sada Baby for him downtown. But he called me about October. He like, bro, you know what? With you, bro, it was always straight business, man. I give you the.
Hold on. D Money says you must not have read that indictment paperwork. He's talking crazy work and the phone taps about gang behavior. What does him talking about gang behavior have to do with gang banging? This nigga is the head of the ruling 60s Crips, the face of the ruling 60s Crips. Of course he's gonna talk about gang stuff. What does him talking about have to do with anything, nigga? Of course a nigga who is the face of the ruling 60s is gonna talk about gang stuff or gang behavior. You know, it's not a crime to talk about gang behavior too, right? Like, it's not a crime to do that. It's never been a crime to talk about gang behavior. Now, if you're talking about actually doing crimes or admitting to crime, that's a different ballgame. But talking about gang behavior, nigga, he is the face of the ruling 60s. That's the big homie. Just saying. Run up these likes, smash the like button, share the video. Let's keep it going.
Give you the money, you make sure the people there, and boom, boom, boom. So, you know, when it comes to weed and all that type of stuff, I shy away from it. Y'all really don't like to deal with it because
wait a minute
on the Fed side. But
hold on. Stanley Brown says, I fear for Wack. I would never want to see the guy hurt, but the talking he has done, the streets might be tired of dude. It's gonna be hard to call on that. I don't fear for him at all, to be honest. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. But, bro, the streets ain't really trying to go after no police. I'm gonna just say that. He can backtrack all he wants. You dig? Smash up on the like, share the video. Let's keep it going.
But a lot of stuff I'm reading, and some of it I still really, I'm kind of like, it's missing some pieces. I can't see him. I can't see Big U shooting a kid in the face that once lived in his house, right? Over a diss song.
Because there has to have been so many different times over the years, even since he's been free.
Nigga, you was the one saying that he did it. And that he was guilty. I can't see Big U doing that. Nigga, you was the main one saying he was guilty. You ain't 600. What is he talking about, bro? When did this backtrack start? Bro is saying, I can't see Big U doing that. But you did though. Nigga, matter of fact, when Big U turned himself in, you was celebrating. Facts. Hey, yo. What type of time is these niggas on, man? Yo, smash up on the like, man. Run up these like, smash the like, share the video, man. This is crazy. Oh, Chan.
What do you do?
In which he would have had much better reason to clap somebody than that situation.
No,
like that just doesn't seem like it would have risen to the level of being.
Let me tell you,
if he killed that kid, he probably should have killed like 20 other people.
No, listen. Let me tell you what he would do.
Okay.
If the kid had did a diss song, right, and he heard it, at his age, he would have brought one of his little homies,
right,
over there to fade him.
Right.
Okay, how do I know this? Nipsey dissed him.
He did the same thing to Nipsey because Nipsey dissed him and Big U wanted the equipment and he wanted to fade Nip, really give him a DP. Black Sam come out, Black Sam fire a firearm in the air and stop the DP from happening because apparently Nipsey ain't listening to Big U. Now that don't got nothing to do with Nipsey passing away whatsoever. But this is just a situation that happened. All right. Now, Ash says wasn't Big U DNA under the kid's nails? No, it was not. They don't know whose DNA was under the kid's nails because there was multiple DNA under the kid's nails. But because of the RICO, the feds are going to say that his DNA is under it anyway, just because he's the head of the RICO. Facts. So whether or not his DNA is under it or not, they're still going to say that it was his DNA anyway, even though they cannot prove it. He's still ahead of the RICO. More facts. Run up these likes, smash the like button, share the video. We gonna keep it going. All Chan.
Right.
What did he do?
The song, the first song.
He brought one of his homies over there to fade him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he would have did it, right? But if he little dude, he just gonna bring one of his little homies over there. So this is why. And
that guy is not a threat. That kid, rest in peace, Rayshawn. He's not a threat enough to require killing him. Why don't you just beat his ass, punch him in the head a couple times? Right? You get the point across.
Because I've already disrespected the family. Because I'm gonna be real. I don't know if you listened to the call. When I got the call from these people, right, I'm thinking it's some troll motherfuckers. And I'm gonna tell you why. First thing, whenever I ask you a question, I already know the answer. I just want to see what you're gonna say.
Okay.
So the first thing I say is, yo, when this happened to your brother? She says 2022. I know it was 2021.
Hold on a second. Now, nobody's saying Big U is innocent or anything. But you can't prove this stuff. This is how Big U is guilty of. They put that monster under there. What is he guilty of? And how much of a monster is he if you don't know this guy? Now listen. How are you saying this without proof of him doing anything? You got people saying that he did something to the boy. Can't be proven. You got him saying he got something to do with Nipsey passing away. That's also a lie. It's literal facts that he didn't do anything to cause Nipsey to pass. Nipsey actually did something for Nipsey to pass. You know what Nipsey did? He called Shitty Cuz a rat. He called Shitty Cuz a rat, and Shitty Cuz decided he would unalive Nipsey for disrespecting him and calling him a rat. Y'all have to understand that in the streets, just two of the worst things you could possibly be: a rat or a Geppetto, for that matter, or predator of any kind. It's not a good look. Extorting other black people, that's fine. Man, there's plenty niggas extorting niggas. There's plenty niggas extorting niggas. There's a lot of niggas y'all don't even know who's extorting niggas that's extorting niggas. He don't even get put under the jail for. Yo, listen, man. You know how much extortion? There's so much extortion. You got OnlyFans girls is extorting niggas. Should they also be put under the jail? Hey, look, man. Wack should be. Why are we not talking about Wack with his extortions that he be publicly doing? All I'm saying is there's 0% proof that Big U did anything with the kid, and Big U ain't do nothing to Nipsey. And that's facts. That's all I'm saying. But extortion, listen, man. Extortion is so regular, you wouldn't believe it. I'm just saying.
Because I read the shit.
Right.
So right then and there, my mind is like, okay, well, let me see where it goes. So then I'm like, oh, what you mean they had to get blood? Like, you know, they swab us before we get out of prison, right? So then she says, they found it under the nails, right? So I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, if they found some DNA under some nails, and it's this dude, ain't no way they letting him run around for 3-4 years, right? So I let her keep talking. So she says, my mom such and such, right? So she puts the mom on the phone. So when the mom comes on the phone, I'm gonna show you this, right? She goes into her thing. The mom immediately says, oh no, it's been 4 years. Okay. This one I thought they was really cap. When she says, between me and you, the cops don't want nobody to know, but this, that, and other, right? So I'm telling myself, the cops don't tell no motherfucking body when they coming to pick somebody up. Right? So then I get this text.
Hey, this is Rayshawn Williams' mom. I didn't want to ask you this because I don't like asking people for anything, but I do need your help. Me and my daughter.
And this is what Wack 100 was using against Big U for the longest. By the way, we got Carl Langley with $5 in town taxes. How old is Wack again? I know he too old to be doing all this BS. Wack 100 is 47 years old. 47, all right? You heard correct, 47, all right? Listen, man, America is an extortion capital. Big U, the worst thing Big U doing is extorting. Listen, man, extortion is a regular thing. There's also legal ways to extort people. Nigga, you just watch a goddamn pastor. What's that? What's the name of the pastor? Marvin Sapp or something? Nigga, he locked the doors in the church and demanded $40,000 from everybody in the church or nobody could leave. What you think that is? You ain't saying that he need to be under the jail, right? We got to make it make sense. We can't just be going off stuff because it sound good. This nigga just had his whole church locked in the church. Said, y'all not going to lock the doors. We need 40 grand. You give your money to all these people. We need 40 grand tonight. Oh, you not going nowhere. Nigga. Meanwhile, the goddamn pastor got on Dior. He got Dior on. He got a bust down rollie on. He got Celine on. He's rocking Celine, gang. You know how much Celine is? This nigga got Celine on and all. Like he got designer everything. We need 40 grand. This nigga had a bad casino night the night prior to him telling the ministry, hey, we need 40 grand. Nigga, what? But Big U the worst nigga ever. Big U just the worst nigga ever. Oh, Chad. Hey, that's a crime in my book. I don't know about y'all. Y'all gotta make it make sense. When you start complaining and saying all this nonsense, make sure you make it sense with what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say. You see a couple people left because they don't know what the hell they talking about. Bring up the like, smash the like, share the video. Let's keep it going. All Chad.
My daughter have been homeless for the past 3 months, sleeping in my car. So if it's possible, could you please help me at least get a hotel room for a couple of days? I really do need the help.
So now you know what I'm thinking.
It's cap. It's a scam.
It's cap. It's a scam, right? Yeah. So at this point in time, I'm gonna be real. I watched Big U on about 3-4 occasions go side with some motherfuckers that's running the narrative on me that he knows ain't true. Right? And because it's his voice, it makes it seem like it might be some truth. So I tell 600, hey bro, these motherfuckers is capping. They thought they was gonna run a sob story on me and get some money out of me. The motherfucking sister don't even know what year the boy died, which is odd. Anybody lose somebody that close, you know the time, date, the year, you know that shit.
Hell yeah.
Right? And I said, as soon as, and the mom is lead me to believe, shh, I'm telling you some exclusive shit. Because the police not gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you why. You may want to do something to this dude. So if the police tell you we coming to get him this month, that gives you your flight time to go kill this dude. It's a million reasons why me dealing with life, I'm like, man, ain't no motherfucking police for the
They gather all this information and they choose to let it out with one.
You never trust a nigga who would wear a snapback like that. This nigga got a snapback on, man. He's wearing a snap. Nigga, it's 2025. You be to tell me, listen, I ain't never seen nobody in recent times wearing a snapback like this. Or a snapback in general. In recent years, who was a trusted individual. Never. Nigga, it's 23. We don't wear snapbacks no more, nigga. It's 2025. We don't trust you snapback wearers, champ. If you wear a snapback, you're suspect. Mayor says so. Sorry, champ. I'm just saying, man. Oh, you wearing a snap? You wearing an adjustable hat in 2025, nigga? Yeah, that's problematic, champ. So you couldn't pay $40 to $50 for a fitted, champ. You wearing a snapback in 2025? We don't trust you. We don't trust you, gang. And if you're a rich person rocking a snapback in 2025, we really don't trust you. We don't trust you, gang. All right? Cars 215 and 199 in town taxi says he ain't say on pyro, so you know he cap. He's trying to keep it police. He's trying to keep it police appropriate. And Gomez is watching. Can't say pyro. Gomez is watching. You can't say on pyro, champ. This is Gomez is watching, by the way.
One massive flood. Obviously, the Fed the indictment in the rolling 60s. This is all shit that they had ascertained over the course of many, many years. They
This
gather
is
it
real
all
shit.
up, and then they drop it.
Yeah, but so I got a lady, the daughter or the sister, don't know the year the boy was killed. I got a lady trolling, faking like she's like telling me some exclusive shit. So you know what I did? The same way Big U went over there with these dudes with this CS2 back shit, what made it look real.
Nigga, you on CS2 back, nigga. So there was an entire documentary on CS2 back, aka Wack 100, and he got the whole video taken down. Don't know how he did it, but he did it. All right, 3 points down says my throwback hats are real snaps. Can't trust you, champ. Sorry. Listen, man. Salute to you, champ. You know, I'm sure you think you're a nice guy, but I don't believe these things, champ. Sorry, champ. Look, I don't trust you, champ. All right. I wouldn't trust you to hold a bottle of water, champ. I don't trust you, champ. But salute to you, though. Salute to you, but I don't trust you, champ. Somebody else might. It's just not me. All right? Oh, minimal. Yeah, I don't trust you either, champ. Sorry, gang. Hey, look, man. You know, I don't trust you, though. All right? Yeah, I don't trust you. Any of y'all snap back, we don't trust you, gang. All right? Trucker, yeah, we really don't. You wear the truck hat, we still don't trust you, champ. Yeah, we don't trust you either. A lot of untrustworthy people in the chat, gang. I see y'all. Yeah, we don't trust you, gang. Oh, chat. Yeah, we don't trust you. Oh man. Even he says the man might be right. Who the hell's wearing snapbacks? Look, man, we don't trust you. I don't trust you, gang. It's okay though. Like I said, look, man, don't take it personal. Everybody's not gonna trust you, and I'm one of those people. Okay, that's it. That's it, gang. Listen, everybody's not going. Look, I'm pretty sure there's people who don't trust me, and that's cool. You ain't gotta trust me, champ. You don't gotta trust me. It's all right, champ. It's cool. Let's continue.
Which in the long run is gonna help me because that's a great lawsuit. Like that shit's finna pay great, right?
You're gonna sue Big U.
No, I would never sue Big U. I sue LA Media World Star because Big U. You notice as of about 18 months ago when I said I'm suing them behind them putting that up. You don't see Big U talking to World Star shit because the World Star doubled back and said, "Hey, where's the paperwork to support this?" He like, "I don't got none. We was just." He like, "Well, dude got a big ass law firm. They coming at us. They not playing. They demanding some serious money. This dude's a public figure."
So this lawsuit is still in the works?
What? This gonna be great.
Oh shit!
It's gonna pay off like 2 of my cribs.
We got a harmonious man on our hands here.
So the same reason why Big U went over there was some shit that he knows a lie. And ran the narrative. I thought about it. I said, 600. They lying, talking about this a football kid that used to play for his organization. That ought to strike a nerve with some of them parents over there, right? It ought to piss him off, right? Let's run it up, right? Because at the time, I'm thinking that's cap.
Okay.
I'm thinking, come on, man, you don't know what year the boy was killed. It's your brother. You talking about the police that told you some shit that I know police not gonna tell you. They not gonna tell you for this reason right here. So in my head, there's no way this shit is. And then you hit me up for the money right afterwards, right? So in my mind, it's cap. So we run murder. I'm like, how could I like turn it into content? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's content, right? I get 100 calls a day, motherfuckers telling me shit. You heard me listening to some of them in your office. That's just shit coming through random, right? About that. I don't know if it's real or not. So at this point in time, I'm like, all right, Tink runs murder mystery. I'm gonna let her run the murder mystery, read the news shit, and then we're just gonna plug this into it. So here it comes. 600 starts to panic. He says, bro, they like think I got it from the police. I'm like, well, just run the narrative, man.
Nigga, you are the cops. You are a big cop. DL says, man, did you hear when Wack called into back on Fig a few days ago? He mentioned being a resident of Oklahoma and getting expunged. You believe him? You believe he's an Oklahoma resident? I wouldn't believe that if I was you, champ. He would never tell anybody where he lives, not publicly anyway. You got to understand how much of a liar this guy is. He's a different type of liar. He's a liar extraordinaire. Wouldn't trust nothing. You believe him? You shouldn't believe him. I'm just saying. Anything he say is a lie. You can't believe nothing. If that nigga said he woke up today, that's not him. It's a clone of Wack. If Wack told you he woke up today, nigga, that wasn't Wack who told you that. That was a clone. That wasn't really him. That means he's really not alive. That's how much of a liar this nigga is. If Wack told you he woke up today, he's a liar. He did not wake up today. And the nigga that told you that he woke up is not Wack. It's a clone, nigga. It's that simple. That's how much of a compulsive liar that this nigga is. You shouldn't believe nothing he says. Nothing. Nothing he says is true, gang. Nothing he says. Listen, man. If that nigga told you that he just finished eating, that nigga starving. He didn't eat. He didn't eat yet. All right. Let's continue.
Man, tell him motherfuckers, shit. Don't look at it like that. Look at it like, shit. Why are you looking at it like I'm running a narrative for the police? It could be look like that I'm looking out for the streets. It could be looked at all kind of ways, right? So now 600, I ain't gonna lie, he got a little nervous because they start coming at him with the, why you running this shit? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? This is why I don't know if you noticed, I kind of been going overboard with trying to like take some of the heat off of him.
Oh, 600.
Yeah.
Well, he seems like he's leaning into it. He's riding around with a badge on.
No, but that's what I told him. I said, at this point, bro, the other shit ain't working. So f it. You know, that call with the police saying come down to the station, that's not real.
Oh.
That's his homeboy that recorded something.
Okay.
First of all, if this nigga's a rolling 60s Crip, why the hell is he pretending to be a cop? There's no such thing as gang members who's official pretending to be police. This nigga is with the 77th Division of the LAPD. He went into the goddamn precinct and got a chain, nigga. We seen the whole video. Then the nigga made a video with the LAPD outside of this little rundown gym. All right, looking like a sumo wrestler / boxer, because a nigga weighed like 340 pounds and like 6'4" or some nonsense. Nigga, Christopher Lovejoy is a cop, nigga. I told y'all he was a DoorDash policeman, nigga. He's a DoorDash confidential informant. This nigga pull up to the crime scene with coffees. Facts. He pull up to the crime scene with a bunch of iced coffees. He's a DoorDash cop. Told y'all that before, nigga. NCIS, nigga. He got the vest on with casual clothes like LL Cool J, nigga, and NCIS, nigga. And he got a chain on. He got a chain with a badge on, nigga. He's a confidential informant. He's a DoorDash cop, nigga. He give out iced coffees, all right? He got nothing but pumpkin spice lattes, all right? And all types of frappuccinos in the whip. And he got extra ones. Hey, Gomez, I got an extra one in the car if you need it. You look a little tired over there, brother. We made sure we got, a little extra espresso in the frappuccino just in case, all right? That's your boy Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600. By the way, run up these likes, all champs. Smash the like. Let's get it.
Okay.
And he's just playing it, but to the world, it's real, right? So at the end of the night, it shocked me when they called me that morning, talking about the feds and all this shit. I was like, and then when I read what I read, that shit, I don't know that Big U. I can honestly say on some real shit, and I'm treading lightly because now that I know, and the reason why I know the lady's real now, because somebody called me a day ago and said she did a TMZ interview. So I know if Harvey's interviewing somebody, he done did his due diligence on who people are. So I don't know what the lady looks like, but whenever it comes out, we'll be able to see.
Nigga, TMZ is the feds too. Yeah, TMZ the feds. So look, TMZ is a tabloid type of platform. It's not a news platform, tabloid only. They only want breaking news, nigga. They don't give a damn if somebody's cat got saved out of a big 30-foot tree, nigga. They don't care about all that. They want to know which celebrity got unalived by a 30-foot tree. That's TMZ, nigga. Yeah, there's a cat that got saved this morning. Nah, nigga, we wanna hear about the person that got unalived by a big tree, champ. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to hear. That's tabloid news. They want to hear bad news only, nigga. TMZ, bad news only. Nothing good. We want to hear about nonsense. If it ain't nonsense, we don't care. Tabloid, not a news, tabloid type of platform. Dig? Run up these likes, gang. Smash a like, share the video. All chan.
Do you know what's really fun? Making a website on Windows.
We got ads.
Hey, where Howard is?
There we go.
This big you that I'm reading about on the indictment, I don't know him.
You haven't seen him strong arming random people and whatnot.
I actually seen him break himself.
What's that mean?
He would spend his last on the kids.
Okay.
You know how much that dude used to charge the kids?
What?
$100
For what?
to play football.
That's
That
cheap.
don't even.
What the hell is wrong with this nigga? Where is this coming from? Oh, chat, nah, bro. What we doing? Hey, yo, this is the first time. This is the first time that he's trying to speak good of Big U. He would be your last. He would always give you his last. He'll give you the shirt off his back. Nigga, since when? Nigga ain't say on Paru one time. This nigga, oh, champ, what type of dummy mission they got him doing this time? Something is off about this. What's going on for real? This is crazy, gang. I'm sorry. Nah, this is different. What is he talking about, bro? Nigga, for the last 3-4 years, it was F Big U. Big U is this, that, and the third. He's a criminal. All right, he's a rat. All the types of this the big. Oh, I read this indictment. This ain't the Big U I know. Big U would give you his last 2 weeks prior. Ah, yeah. Big U is getting exactly what he deserved. I'm like, what, nigga? Look, maybe Wack got bipolar disorder. We ever thought about that? Maybe the nigga's bipolar. Maybe he's bipolar. So you ever thought about that, champ? Yeah, this guy's a psychopath, borderline. He's definitely a sociopath, but this nigga also has to be bipolar, nigga. Because what we talking about? What are we talking about now? I'm gonna leave it here too, by the way. Like, that ain't the Big U I know. Nigga, what? We spent the last 3-4 years talking crazy about this nigga. What we doing? Nigga. Hey, yo. By police sounds correct too. All right? He got some type of disorder. All right? It must be damage control. Maybe it's damage control. For some reason. I don't know what type of strategy this is supposed to be. I really don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what type of strategy this is supposed to be. But this looks very, very strange. This is a different tone than we're used to hearing. We ain't never heard this nigga speak anything positive of Big U, but then all of a sudden this nigga talking about his good traits. Like, well, this ain't the Big U that I know. Nah, Big U would never do such a thing. This has to be wrong, champ. He would never do this. Since when, nigga? Now you all in favor of Big U now. Okay. Miss me with that. I don't believe none of that, gang. I'll be honest with you. That's cap. That's cap, nigga. Ain't no way, bro. This is fake. This is fake responses. These responses ain't real. This nigga Wack 100 got chat GPT responses. This is an AI Wack. This ain't the real Wack 100. This is a clone, nigga. He got chat GPT responses. These are not even realistic Wack responses. You know what I'm saying? Something's up with this. Something's going on. I don't know what's happening, but this is weird. Run up these likes if you have not done so already. Look at
Don't even cover 20% of what that costs.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
So what he would do is he would call everybody he knew. Hey, bro, boom, boom. Like, I wrote checks for like, he'd be like, yo, 9U short, 18 shoulder pads and 6 helmets. How much that cost? $2,500. I write the check to Crenshaw Coats, 9U, whatever, right? So the big U I know when it come to kids has always been like, he was on a mission to get a count to how many kids like he could get going to college and shit like that, right?
So if I had asked you a month ago or a couple months ago, what percentage of money that is being donated to Big U and his charity is actually being spent on charitable stuff?
I would have thought 100%.
You would have thought 100%. Wow. Okay.
Because not outside of the football shit, right? Let me tell you what else he does. The kids, you got a kid. I seen this because it's like a continuation school down there or something. I think it's a place where they got the Nipsey basketball court. Okay. I went down there before with him to talk to the kids. There's one kid, he like, yo, man, why you keep fighting? We got you in the continue. Why you keep fighting? He like, man, they be talking about my clothes and talking about my shoes, right? And when we left, he said, man, I feel him because, you know, I always had big feet, so I couldn't really get all the different shoes everybody had. So I would see him go in his pocket. Because I remember one day we went to like Men's Land in the Slauson, in the Fox Hills Mall. And we went in here and the shoes, he said, what kind of shoes you want? And the shoes he wanted, they was like $600 shoes. So when we went in there, he told him like, hey bro, these ain't for me. Can you work with me on the price? Because they for a kid, that a distressed kid. So I would see him go in his pocket and do that. I would also see him like go buy people's family groceries and shit. Like if you would have asked me, like just one-on-one, like Wack, when I'd have been like, nah, that type of shit he does.
So you're saying
this shit right here?
This is so fake. Where the hell did this come from? Hey, yo. Nah, man. This is disgusting. Hey, look, man. I'm leaving here. I can't take no more. I can't take no more of this nonsense. This is cap, my nigga. What? 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 Nigga, what are you talking about? Huh? Yeah, kids wear designer shoes, man. I was a kid who wore designer shoes at one point. By the way, if you ain't know, champ, oh yeah. I wore designer shoes in high school before. That's a fact. Listen, man. Sometimes you kids rock designer. And kids rock designer, right? And if they ain't rock designer back then, they definitely rocking a bunch of designer now, nigga. You see a kid with $1,000 outfit on, or even more than that. I ain't lying. You dig? All chat. Let me get you out of here. I think I've seen you before. You've been having the maze. Yeah, you got the maze mud babies over your face. Yeah, you gotta go too. Get this weirdo out of here. Yeah, you guys. Matter of fact, let me give you 3 days, man. Yeah, you got the mayor's Frank tickling your tonsils. And I don't like it, champ. I didn't ask you to do all that. All right? You like your tonsils tickled. You a different type of individual. Leave me out of it, champ. All right? Leave me out of it. All right? Please. Leave me at whatever type of weird affairs you niggas got. Keep me out of it, all right? Thanks. But wipe the mud babies off your mustache, though. Thanks. Thanks in advance. Yeah, y'all niggas got ghostly zombie babies traveling through your mouth. By the way, all right. A Frank vein specialist. That's right, champ. He's a Frank vein specialist. Facts. You already know. Look here, game man. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're sharing the video. We gonna have more content tomorrow. But this is wild. All of a sudden, this nigga gotta change your heart. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, this nigga gotta change your heart. Crazy, man. Smash up on the like, share the video. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, gang. Right? We gonna have more content though. Join the Discord. Discord link is in the chat. It's a fire Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, look at Discord, gang. It's just a community for the mayor. We got about 1,000 people in there. It's fire. Smash the like, share the video, but gang, special announcement. Actually, no special announcement. I'm gonna see y'all niggas tomorrow, man. I'm up out of here. Salute.